Hello, in this tutorial we'll learn how to create this neat text effect with this silver color. So let's start by opening a new document. We'll use the width as 700 pixels and 400 pixels for the height. We'll give a name here, neat text effect. Once you have done that, let's start by creating a new layer and using the rectangular marquee tool, change the style to fixed size, give the width 350 pixels and the height 200 pixels. Click on the left top corner, so we have this selection. Using the gradient tool, we'll fill a blue gradient I created. This is the color code for the first at location 00002A5D, and at location 100 the color code is 004A8F. Press on OK, and using the radial gradient at the center, click and drag to the left top corner of the selection we just created. Once we have this color here, press on Ctrl D, which is the shortcut to deselect the selection. Using our move tool, hold on Alt and drag the same color 3 times to fill up the space here. Once you have done that, change the direction of this layer by selecting it and pressing Ctrl T, which is the shortcut for transform. Holding a shift key, just rotate this and press on enter. Once you're done, we'll be changing this also, and this. Make sure you have the left top corner and the right bottom corner at the same directions. The other two can be any other way. Once you have done that, click on the top layer of this last color. Holding a shift key, click on the last and press Ctrl E to merge them, so we have them all in one layer. Double click on the side of this layer so that we open the blending options, or you can just right click and click blending options. Once you have done that, select the gradient overlay. Let the gradient be black to white as default. Change the blend mode to multiply, so we have this black to the background effect. Once you have done that, press on OK. Now we'll create the text effect. Selecting the text layer, text tool, use genuine as the font. I'll be providing the font in the source files. Use a size as 10 pt and a white color. Type in show off, and let's center this text by this text layer selected. Using a control key, click on the background we just created. Using these align tools on top, align them vertically and horizontally so the text is in center. Let's open the blending options of this text layer and let's give a gradient effect. We'll be using a one I created here. You can, at location 0, the color code is C0 3 times. At location 70, it's white color, and at location 100, the color code is B5 3 times. Once you have done that, you can save it by pressing on the new key. Since I've already saved it, press on OK and leave the others as default. Using a bevel and emboss, let's make the depth 1, direction up, size to 1, and the soften 0. We'll change the gloss contour to rounded steps and let's change the highlight mode to multiply, and from white make it to black. Let the opacity be 75 and leave it default for shadow mode. Once you have done that, let's go to outer glow and we'll change the blending mode to color dodge. Make the opacity to 25, and just make that 30, and change the color to white. Let it spread be at 0% and size up to 10 pixels, and we'll be adding a shadow which will be black with 50% opacity, 7 pixels for the distance and 6 pixels for the size. Press on OK to save this effect. After that, we'll need to create this twinkle layer, so create a new layer and rename it to twinkle. And using the brush tool, I've already got a twinkle brush, so I'll be providing this also in the source files. You can make a random size like 40 pixels and add them anywhere you'd like, just to have a neat look. So once that's done, using your move selection tool, hold control and select both the text layer and the twinkle and duplicate them. Right click, duplicate layers, press on Ctrl E to merge both these layers, as we'll be making this the reflection. Drag this layer below the text layer, and using a transform tool, Ctrl T for the shortcut, right click and flip it vertical, press on enter to accept, and using arrow keys drag this right below your original text layer. Change the opacity to 30 and we'll add a mask layer for this. Using your gradient tool with black to white gradient, hold your shift key, make sure you have your gradient to linear, not radial. Hold your shift key and drag straight downwards, so you have this effect. Once that's done, let's give another effect, a ripple effect for this reflection. Go to make sure you have this layer selected, go to filter, distort and ripple. Leave the settings as default, amount 100% and size to medium. Press on OK, which you can see this effect here down on the reflection. So that's it. That's the same as we have this. The only difference is just the twinkles, which is a bit different. So thanks for watching.